Greetings. I spent some time right now to try to hide this pimple that I popped. And it's after 1 a.m. here in Southern California. It's 1:11 on the clock now. Thank you, universe. So, I don't tend to watch the news, but what's going on right now is, you don't need to even watch the news. You can just talk with your coworkers and family members and neighbors and pretty much figure it out. So, basically, we're being consumed by fire right now, and fire is extremely cleansing, but fire is wildly destructive, and there's parts of, Southern California's history, architecture, even just, trees and all other things that have been here longer than any of us have that are currently here. There's trees that have been here much longer than even our grandparents, and they're gone. But all we can do is focus on so basically I listened to Rain Manifestation Subliminal, and right now I have on rain sound, ambient sound, just to do my part in a sense of 1:13 on the timer or clock. Thank you, universe. Do my part as energetically best that I can by focusing on rain. And my previous video, I was talking about how it was raining and the winds, the Santa Ana winds, we had gusts up to 100 miles per hour, and they're saying that they can come back, I think this weekend or into Tuesday next week. And the fact that at the beginning of all of this, it was going to rain, and the winds blew the rain clouds away and carried the fire all across. It started in Pacific Palisades and flew to Pasadena area, Altadena, Eaton Canyon. I was just there last month hiking, and it's definitely not gonna look the same that I saw it for, ever. It'll grow back, and things will rebuild and regrow and heal. That's what I'm focusing on, is the healing and rebuilding and regrowth that's happening. But it's really uncertain time right now for all of us. Even though I'm, not in any direct line of fires right now. If they don't get containment anytime soon, who's to say what can happen? I mean, there's endless possibilities, but I'm not going to focus on fear or worry. I'm going to focus on abundance of water, rain, the winds, bringing in rain clouds the next time they come back. And I mean, the energy around here is very tense and heavy, understandably. And I was talking to one of my siblings earlier. We were discussing our experiences where we've seen past the veil, where we feel, detached from reality at times. And I was suggesting to them to watch Reiki videos and meditate with higher self, because there's a lot of healing for them to work through, and I mean, there's healing for all of us to work through, especially now as a collective. And after we finished talking, I received some Reiki for solar plexus. And then the next video that was suggested was for heart chakra. So I received that, and from Healing and Beyond. Thank you, Michael. I truly appreciate all the work that you do for us. And towards the end of the video, my neighbor next to me, I heard one of them screaming, "Get out," and then the other one said, "Fuck," and the front door slammed. And I've heard them argue quite a few times in the 2 years that I've lived here. I mean, when I first moved in, my neighbors above me, it sounded like they were having a full-on brawl up there. I have no idea what was going on. Haven't really heard that from them, but the one next to me, there's been times where I'm like, do I call the police, But it didn't go for long, and it really startled me. My heart was racing, and it broke for them in that moment. My heart really broke for them. And so I wanted to come on here and ask all of you to send energy for rain and focus on all the abundance of healing that's to come. There's big lessons in what's going on right now, and pretty sure that this fire was preventable, but most likely due to an error of judgment. But you know, I had a whole, like, after I did the solar plexus video, I had a different thought form about what I was gonna post, and then after hearing that, I don't even know. Like, it just really jolted me. It was it was like 12:40 a.m. when it happened, and I just want to thank you all for coming and focusing on rain with me and sending positivity and healing to everyone directly affected by these fires and winds. And you know, there's going to be a lot of clarity and I don't know, there's just going to be a lot of clarity coming out of this chaos. Time is an illusion. 2:03 on the clock, and it's been on there for longer than you know, humanly feasible, and that happens a lot to me. There'll be times I'm on lunch break at the day job and I'll take a nap in my car, and I'll set a timer, you know, and at some point before the timer goes off, I'll wake up and just feel suspended in time, like I'm existing between planes. And I've never experienced that before, but it's not frightening at all. It's actually quite comforting. And I'll go back to sleep, and then the timer will go off. So I'll definitely meditate on the meaning behind that, but because it doesn't, like, when I'm sleeping at home or taking a nap at home, it doesn't happen in that matter. I mean, when I'm sleeping at night, there'll be times where I do wake up intermittently, but I'll just, you know, just turn over or whatever and go back to sleep. But, yeah, there's been other times where, especially when there's angel numbers on the clock, it'll just suspend. And there was one moment where I saw the time. I think I was at work, at the day job, and I was watching something on YouTube and I noticed the time, and then I went back to watching the video, and I had watched about 2 minutes of the video, and when I looked back it was still the same time. I was like, I know the clock on the computer desktop is not broken. And there was another moment on Friday the 13th on December. It was 4:44 p.m. and I was driving back to get had been called that they were ready for me to get my tattoo, and I had come home because it was such a long wait, but they weren't far from where I live, and on the way back at 4:44, like, it literally sat there for a good 3 minutes, and I was just like, okay, this is confirmation that I'm getting chills. Like, I've been getting chills for the past 3 days. My coworkers are like, are you sure you're not sick? And I'm like, no, I'm not sick. I would know if I was sick. Because I don't get sick quite often. But it just amazed me. It's never done that before. How the time just sort of sat there, and I was driving. It's just, and there's been so many other experiences that I've had that I'll share, and that I have all the time. Like, I see shadow people walking around. Yeah, it's just, there's been a lot that has happened since I started addressing my traumas, started addressing generational cycles to break them, and basically reclaimed my innocence and purity that was taken from me as a child. And I spent my whole childhood wishing to be an adult because, I knew that as an adult I would be free and do whatever I want, and what I perceived that the adults around me had, the freedom to do, and the adults around me treated me like an adult when it was beneficial for them. But when I did something they didn't like, they were very quick to remind me that I was not an adult. And so I would just escape into books and think about all the things I was gonna do as an adult. I don't really think I was present as a child majority of the time, because there's lots of things that I don't remember. And the moments that I was present in, that's what I remember. And they are good memories, a lot of them, with my younger sisters. But I thank my inner child for manifesting and creating the life that I am currently experiencing. Who doesn't want my life? It's freaking amazing. Like, you have no clue. I am definitely living the life that I dreamed about as a child. And, you know, at this time, I'm an adult and I can be a child in the sense of how I approach life, how I set intentions towards others. I come to others with unconditional love, not naivety, but in a sense for sure, to see the best in others because they are reflections of me. We're all mirrors of each other. And you know, there's been a lot. There is a lot. It's always going to be a lot. But where attention goes, energy flows. So when the incense is done, I'll end this video. Oh, thank you, universe. And I truly get to have fun now because I trust that the universe is working out in the best way possible for my highest best in all moments. And I thank the universe for working out for my highest best in all moments. And it's like, this is all a movie. Why not make it entertaining? Why not make it fun to watch? And, you know, not if, this is all a movie, so make it entertaining, make it fun. Because I've lived under the impression that it was hard, that it was all doom and gloom. Like, but I would still maintain optimism, you know, in more moments than most. But now I look at everything through a clear lens, and optimism is more realistic than pessimism to me. What was I gonna say? Well, that's okay. It's definitely that the reality I'm living now is a reflection of my past. And I'm truly grateful for everything that I have. Yes, you know, because we create heaven or hell for ourselves. they're, aside from this projection, there isn't really anything else. So reality is what you make it. And while our experiences are affected by I want to say confirmation verb, thank you, universe. While our experiences are affected by certain settings, we are, the co-creators. And with everything that's happened and everything that's happening, great things are coming. Amazing breakthroughs are happening. And we're all going to be so surprised. We're greater than we realize. And there's nothing we can't do. So again, please send thoughts of rain and positivity and healing. And it's going to come back to you 10,000 times fold in the way that it would benefit you the most. And I pray that this video comes across your timeline in a beautiful moment. To everyone that are directly affected, I love you so much, and everything happens for a reason, and anything can change in a blink of an eye. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Love you.